So we're at the start of the 6th round of the X20 Badkammers Trophy from Baal, the GP Sven Nys. And it was Thibaut Nys who got the riders off the line. Mathieu van der Poel, 7-time world champion. Not the best of starts, drifted back to 5th position. And it was actually Wout Janssen who got an absolute flyer, got the whole shot, came round Nys and actually gapped the rest of the field. Got a little bit excited, first race of the new year for Janssen, but good start. But it was Nys and Van der Poel. Nieuwenhuis leading the series overall. The Stringer getting off the line well, as well the British champ, 2nd overall coming into this race. Cameron Mason getting a good start too.
We certainly did. Seen some very good performances from Wout Janssen, really came to the fore one of the early races of the season in Essen, but then we saw a mistake from him on the cambered section and the big hitters went around him off the exit of there. His British champion going shoulder to shoulder with the European champion halfway round that first lap, battling for those bonus seconds on the line at the end of the first lap in terms of the overall.
And we saw a lot of rain coming down for the women's race and making the course muddy. All the riders going for mud tyres that they haven't used in a while, and the 2 steepest climbs, especially that climb we just saw previously, getting almost unrideable. Otherwise having to really work, but it was Cameron Mason looking for those 15 seconds bonus that you could get for leading the first lap, trying to fight, and he was at the front with the European champion Aerts and the world champion Van der Poel. Van der Poel looking really, really good in this off-camber section, riding it, both feet clipping in, and the other riders making small mistakes. And it was then Van der Poel who attacked.
Carried that momentum off the camber into this tarmac climb, got up out of the saddle and flew up there. I mentioned in commentary it looked like Verstringer was going well on the climb, and it was Verstringer who quickly made his way across that 7-second gap to the wheel of Van der Poel.
An amazing lap for Verstringer. Instead closing a 7-second gap. Van der Poel looking around. It's not that Van der Poel had a mistake or did a bad lap, it was just that Verstringer was on a flyer closing that gap. And then we saw this big mistake from Van der Poel, trying to hop across onto the green grass, catching the front wheel and going down. And at one point, we saw Van der Poel struggling to just get back. It took him a while to get back onto the wheel of the Stringer, but then he was able to turn the tables on the next lap. Got his composure back, flew that off-camber section where he was so strong, as well as the steep climb, and it was that climb that he did the damage, putting down the power, gapping Verstringer, and then Van der Poel was off.
He really put Verstringer under pressure on that lap and then fully opened up on the steepest, hardest climb of the course, and suddenly the gap reappeared to Verstringer. Verstringer still rode really, really strong in 2nd place behind, was never in trouble in terms of that chasing group. Saw Van der Poel on the final lap, styling things up for the crowd through that jump section. Verstringer working hard on the final lap, but as we said, a good gap to the chasers behind. Nys prized himself clear from the chasers.
Yeah, there's a group of 4 scrapping for 3rd, a really, really good scrap for 3rd, but Nys coming to the fore in the back end of the race, ahead of Aerts and Nieuwenhuis. But it was Mathieu van der Poel, 7-time world champion, taking his 8th win of the season and 18 races unbeaten. I've got to go back to January 2024 to see Van der Poel beaten on a cross bike. Solid result, best result of the year from the Stringer, and it was Nys rolling out 3rd, getting ahead of that group, ahead of the overall leader Nieuwenhuis and the European champion at Nieuwenhuis.
How hard was the race for you? With a little, pressure, not the right word, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was really nice. Finally, a bit muddy conditions. Until now, we had only very fast races with some nice weather, and luckily today we had a little bit of rain, so the course was changing quite a bit. But I enjoyed it. It was slippery and technical, and yeah, it's a venue I really like to race. And also today, I enjoyed myself.
Congrats.
We've only got to wait till tomorrow, though, till he gets asked that question again. Van der Poel down to start tomorrow in the Exact Cup in Mol with none other than Wout van Aert. But there you go, your first 3 today, Van der Poel, Verstringer, Nys.
really deep to hold Van der Poel, but then actually he stabilised the lap times. The chasers didn't really come any closer.
So the results from the day, Van der Poel being the stringer in second, 37 seconds behind Nace 116, Ertz 124, your overall leader Nieuwenhuis 126, Jinty Mikkels, Fontana, Camp, Minuet and Hermans rounding out your top 10. Mason coming through in the end, 4 days on the bounce. Tomorrow the Exact Cup from Mol, Super Prestige from Gallagher on Saturday and the World Cup from Zonhoven on Sunday. As we look at the overall standings with 2 races left to go.